Hi guys, welcome to Citizen Mentors. My name is Ketan. I'm going to have a quick look at XAT Analysis 2021. Sort of a first cut, by the way. Let's talk about the overall paper. So verbal ability and logical reasoning was at par with last year. Again, verbal ability could have been a kind of a savior for you. Could have got good marks on VA, because I think verbal ability part was definitely doable. It was slightly easier than the last year. That's what the feedback is all about. The paper, as far as the reading comprehension is concerned, I think it wasn't that tricky when I look at it, or compare it with the last year. So it was not lengthy. It was sort of lengthy, but then the options were not tricky. So overall, it was doable. Decision making, again, it was the level of difficulty was exactly the last year. This time passages were a little bit shorter compared to last year. Overall level of difficulty, easy to medium. I'll keep difficulty level for VARC or logical reasoning VALR close to medium. Quant and DI, I think this was a monster. This is where a lot of people struggled, actually, Quant and DI. To my surprise, we had 3 DI sets this year. Usually you get only 2 sets of DI. But again, Quant was damn lengthy. It was tricky. Options were close. You got to work out, every single concept. So it wasn't really straightforward, and it was indeed difficult than last year. And overall, if you look at, I guess Quant and DI was the toughest section of XAT 2021, and the overall difficulty level of 2021 XAT will be difficult. It was definitely difficult compared with 2020 XAT, and that's the reason we can expect cutoffs to go down marginally. Quant and DI, again, a good chunk of arithmetic came in. Arithmetic, algebra, geometry, they constituted around about 14 questions, which is like 50% of it. So again, the AAG pattern that I always talk about could have saved you very well. Numbers, 4 questions. DI 3 sets. One of the set was doable, very khayal se. I'll quickly share the analysis with you. So if you compare Quants with 2020, it was definitely doable, but at the stake of time, and that's the reason I say it was pretty much lengthy. Zyada attempt karna would have been a sin, to be very honest, in this kind of paper, because the paper ka level of difficulty itna badhta hai. So you have to kind of take a pause, choose your questions wisely, attempt them with 100% accuracy. So mere khayal se anybody who had followed this funda would have done really good as far as Quants is concerned. Paper indeed lengthy tha. I mean, it was a disaster. It was miserable. Quant ka LOD bahut zyada badh gaya compared to 2020 XAT. Average attempt मेरे ख्याल से लगता है 12 से 13 question would have been a good attempt out here. Again, you couldn't have gone till 15-16. I have certain students, they have actually attempted 18 questions and they're quite sure about 16 questions being correct out of 28. But again, that's on a very high level. मेरे ख्याल से on an average 10 to 13 is a very good range, to kind of get into that 90 percentile plus wala bracket, or probably 95 percentile wala bracket. But again, as an average student, I look at it. So let's just say attempt of 10 questions with, let's say, 70-75% of accuracy will be more than enough to get you sectional cutoff cleared for XLR. So mere khayal se 10 questions with 70%-75% accuracy would be fine. There were 3 DI sets. One set was really time consuming, and that's the reason one had to select DI sets very well. I think male and female workers wala jo DI set that was time consuming. Some question, one DI set was based on BMI, one something like that. It was doable. So one set was actually doable, no doubt about it. So 3 into 3, like there were 9 questions based on DI. 3 questions were doable because one set was doable. Algebra probably was doable. Again, this is not true for everyone. Those who are not good at algebra, you should have left it, and that would have been a proper decision. Mere khayal se would have been a good decision. Model maths was lengthy. I don't know what's wrong with model maths this time, but yaar ye thoda sa weird aaya tha. Routine wale questions nahi the, time consuming the, options work out nahi ho rahe the fatafat se. Geometry, you might get stuck on certain questions, but again, what I got a feedback from students is that you could actually work out through the options approach. Again, not really applicable for everyone. Those who know geometry very well could have done very well in this, right? Some questions for some questions the option approach helped a lot, but again, like, you will not be having many questions like that. 2-3 questions help hoga, should be fine. मुझे लगता है 7 to 8 marks would fetch you 90 percentile. ये मेरा analysis है. Again, I'm not going to be 100% sure about it. It's just a first cut. Probably I'll come up with another video where I'll sort of give you the final take on the kind of percentile. Whatever students that we've been talking to till now, I think 7 to 8 marks should fetch you 90 percentile. अगर हम बात करेंगे 85 परसेंटाइल के बारे में, मेरे ख्याल से 5 to 6 marks should help you to clear cutoff for Quant and DI for XAT 2021. So even if you're getting 6-7 marks, I think you should be able to get close to 90 percentile, but आपका cutoff clear हो जाएगा. Moving ahead, verbal. Again, verbal ability part was actually doable. Error spotting, parajumble conclusions, these things were actually doable. RCs were not that great. I mean, RC में XAT had, even this year they maintained that kind of reputation. So I had a mixed feedback over here. Some of the students said that RCs were doable by following the strategy that we talked about. Again, you cannot read the whole RC and attempt everything. You have to do a mix and match, read a little bit of the information and attempt 1 or 2 questions. So मेरे ख्याल से that thing would have been a right approach. Inference based questions were there. There were some 3 sets having 2 questions each. It wasn't that really doable. But then if you look at a good attempt out of 28, a good attempt out of 28 would be roundabout मेरे ख्याल से 13 to 14 is a good attempt. 13 to 14 is a good enough attempt as far as your verbal ability is concerned. अगर मैं कट ऑफ के बारे में बात करूं, मुझे लगता है 9 to 10 marks. 9 to 10 marks is what I'm looking at. Somebody will fetch 90 percentile, because yeah, reading comprehension was definitely on a little bit on a medium level, but verbal ability was actually doable. Some of the students said that कि last year से verbal ability थोड़ा सा easy लगा हमको, उसमें हमारा score बन सकता है. So critical reasoning was not direct. There were 2 passages I talked about it, right? Average attempt would have been 13 to 14. I think that's a decent attempt. मेरे ख्याल से 85 percentile should be round about 6 to 7 marks to get a cutoff clear for XLRI. So overall this section was kind of doable, I would say. बात करेंगे decision making के बारे में. I think decision making will be a kind of a deciding factor, because मेरे को लगता है कि quant is always been a scoring factor. There are a lot of people that tend to do very well in quants. VALR or VARC you can call it as, has always been a bottleneck as far as XAT is concerned. So वहाँ पे ज़्यादा इस बारी कुछ हुआ नहीं. So decision making मेरे ख्याल से जिस बच्चे ने अच्छा करा उसका overall score shoot up हो सकता है, overall percentage shoot up हो सकता है. I had spoken to a couple of students and they said that we attempted 17 questions, 18 questions in decision making. Passages short थे compared to last year. Questions बन रहे थे. But again, that's a little extreme level. मेरे ख्याल से 13 to 14 question attempt out of 21 in decision making is a good one मेरे ख्याल से. I mean, you can keep +2 यहाँ पे, but on an average level 13-14 questions attempt मेरे ख्याल से will be fine. 10 to 11 questions will fetch you around about 90 percentile, and around about 7 to 8 questions will fetch you correct questions will fetch you around about 85 percentile to kind of get the cutoff clear for XLRI. So overall this paper was actually difficult. If you ask me right now what will be the cutoff, मेरे ख्याल से your cutoff should go down by 2.5 marks compared to last year. So I'll be making a different video altogether जहाँ पे हम cutoff के बारे में detailed में बात करेंगे. But yes, this paper was difficult indeed. जितने questions हमने बोले हैं on an average level, अगर आपने उतने भी करे होंगे, you should be fine to clear that 95 percentile, or you should be fine to kind of clear 90 percentile and get decent calls from decent B schools, right? So guys, I'll come up with another video. We'll talk about the detailed cutoff. Till then, wait for it. And मेरे ख्याल से I think that's it from my side as far as that is concerned. I think everybody is actually in the same boat. Like I've spoken to a lot of students. Nobody has ever said that कि यार बहुत easy paper था, बहुत अच्छा कर लिया. मेरे ख्याल से maximum people felt that the paper was difficult. So guys, that's it from my side. Thank you so very much for watching this. I'll put up score versus percentile very soon. Thank you so much.